It's time for another crazy old man. Yeah, we ain't had the crazy old man on for a while, so the crazy old man's here today. And the crazy old man is going to tell you about a computer problem he had, which is why he wasn't on for a while. And you know something? Right about now, the crazy old man's going to admit that he is prejudiced against certain people, a certain person, certain group of people rather, and that's people from India. And I will explain why. Because I had a program, security antivirus program on this computer, and it was from Bitdefender. Now, last year, this thing only cost me $39.95. So I get an email saying that they wanted $114 to renew it. And I'm like, no, I ain't renewing this. So I emailed them and got no response. Then I get an email saying that they needed my credit card number because they didn't have my credit card number on file. So I said, fine, problem solved. Well, then I get a bill on my credit card for that amount. So again, trying to get a hold of customer service and getting nowhere. So I called my credit card company and said, this is an unauthorized charge. I didn't agree to any automatic billing. So, okay. So they take the charge off. I go to uninstall Bitdefender and the fucking computer crashes. All right, I can't get this thing online. I called my girl Lorena and she tried to walk me through some shit and she basically said, you're fucked. All right, so I disconnect that computer, find a local guy and go drop it off. Well, still had the Windows 10 that I used to upload shit to do this. And I hook up the Windows 10 where the old one was and all of a sudden I get a notice from Microsoft that I am being intruded upon and call this emergency number. So I called this emergency number and guess what I get? I got an Indian on the phone. And automatically I said, well, you're Microsoft? And he goes, well, yes, and you'll have a problem and it will cost you $250 to solve your problem. I'm like, fuck you. That was tried before and it worked and I got screwed. I'm not going to get screwed again. So I disconnect this one and run it down to the local guy. So my point in all this is that we're sort of told by religious institutions and the government that we should all get along with everybody, but in reality we can't get along with everybody because I don't give a shit who you are. All of us have a certain fucking group of people that we just can't stand. And personally, I don't go out of my way to be rude to anybody. I just don't want to deal with them. And it's that simple. And it wasn't only with the computer things and things like that. It's been a sort of like a pattern with me dealing with these people all my life. Like going to a cardiologist who basically, without examining me, wanted to put me on beta blockers, then had a sign over his desk saying that if you want to renew your prescription, you got to come back here every 30 days for office visit so they can bang Medicaid, because I was on Medicaid at that point. Then I was assigned to another doctor who was also an Indian, who basically wouldn't put the stethoscope on my chest to hear anything. He stood 3 feet away and held it. I'm serious, 3 feet away, because he didn't want to touch me. And what we don't seem to understand is that over in India, they got a caste system. And when I was working as a mechanic, they had this guy's car towed in by AAA because we had to deal with them. And I'm sitting there having my lunch, and this guy's pacing back and forth, going, why is my car being worked on? Well, number one, you got towed in. Number two, my regular customers come first. And number three, I'm eating my goddamn lunch. So he looked at me and says, I don't understand your logic. I am not a peon like yourself. I do not work with my hands. Well, guess what? That car never got worked on because I had it towed out in the street. So I could go on a laundry list of these things, but the whole point is we're being told that, we should respect and get along with each other. To a certain extent, I go with that. But like I said, I don't go out of my way to be nasty to people that I don't like. I just refuse to deal with them, and I don't want to deal with them, medically, professionally, or anything like that, because I've had a bad experience. And in that bad experience, maybe I'm judging a whole bunch of fucking people, but I don't care. I've never had a positive experience dealing with these people. And that's what I got to say about that. So, yeah, a lot of shit going on, ain't there, boys and girls? Bunch of wars happening and shit like that, and all this money going overseas, but none of it seems to be staying here. It's sort of like, why the fuck did we get involved in this shit to begin with? I can understand the Ukraine because Russia is our enemy and Russia's fucking people over and they want to start World War III. Well, we don't have to worry about that because us sticking our fucking nose and backing Israel in this whole fucking mess may start World War III. Because, you know something? I don't understand our slavish devotion to Israel and why they get all this money given to them when we got people here that are homeless, starving in the streets, veterans aren't getting care, but yet we throw fucking billions of dollars to these fucking countries. I don't fucking get it. It ain't right. It's fucking stupid. And there's so much stupidity going on right now. We got an election coming up, and the election basically boils down to this. Which venereal disease do you want to have for the next 4 years? That's right, folks. What STD would you choose to have for the next 4 years? Basically, they're giving you a choice between syphilis and gonorrhea. That's what it comes down to. A senile old fool and a psychopath. What else we got to do here? So, I'm sure I just pissed a ton of fucking people off, and I don't care because I speak my fucking mind, and I'm sick and tired of this shit. I'm sick and tired of everybody first but America. We're not making America great again. Neither party's making America great again. They're just sinking us into a morass of fucking shit that we can't get out of. And I'm fucking tired of looking at it. I'm tired of listening to it. And to be honest with you, if it's a Biden-Trump fucking runoff again, I'm staying the fuck home because everybody fucking loses then. So that's my show. I'm crazy. You aren't, or maybe you are for listening to this, but we'll catch you again soon. So until then, stay crazy.